Hi, my name is Jessica Couch. I'm a fashion and technology expert. I've been in the industry for over 13 years, and fashion technology is really it's my bag. I love it. I'm all over it. I've chaired conferences, I've built tools, I've worked as a product manager, I've spoken on stages, I've written over 80 articles. I have a master's thesis in this. This is literally my life. I really love it, and my clients love my expertise too. Who I want to love fashion tech more are the brands, because I just got back from a trade show and I noticed brands are really doing their thing, but they're still doing their things in the most old school way. Still Excel, it's still spreadsheets, it's still word of mouth, it's still so many things that are super antiquated. And I totally get it. A lot of companies are lean and there's not a ton of opportunities to really learn about fashion technology. Now, of course, I follow all the fashion technology pages and stuff, and I think perhaps just scrolling through isn't enough. I do think there has to be someone in your organization that champions fashion technology. You got to get a couple workshops from non-biased third parties like myself who have no skin in the game for one technology or the other, but are just there to upskill you on what's available. Because without really understanding how to utilize fashion technology, you will suffer. Even on the idea of agentic commerce and how to show up and what you need to really show up there's technology that can help you. But if you are also overwhelmed by selecting a technology, it's like the era of vibe coding, where if you need something specific, it can still be built. But the best thing I can tell you to do is properly identify your workflows, identify those gaps, and identify those issues so you can figure out exactly where technology should go into. Now, if you're in a phase where you're like, I'm ready to explore what technologies can help because we've identified our pain points, then you should absolutely use our fashion technology directory, because that's what it's for. If you know your pain points, you can use plain language with it and talk to it. It's like customer service, and it'll match you to vetted solutions. Now, the solutions that are vetted go through a rigorous vetting process. They have to have their profiles reviewed. They have to prove that they're real. These aren't the FIAs. These aren't the castles. These aren't smoke and mirrors. These aren't people that are here and trying to do like raise but offer no value. These are actually solution providers who I can give my stamp of approval and say they're here to do the work, and they're also here to make your lives easier. So if that's something you're interested in, you should absolutely review the fashion tech directory, because that's what it's for. And I get it. It's a lot of noise right now between AI fatigue and virtual try on this and virtual try on that, and trying to make a decision around where should our resources go as a team when we still have to sell product, when we have to show up every day, when we have to answer these calls. It can be difficult, but that's why I'm here, babe. I have all the research on this. I've been in this situation. I'm your partner, and I have free resources for you. If you're too afraid to hit me up, or you're like, oh my gosh, we can't afford her, which respectfully, that's fine. But if you can't afford me, which I'm sure you can, then you should reach out to me and let me be a part of your team. One of the things that I think is necessary is you've got to identify some of those workflows, pain points, friction areas, and then you make a determination for whether or not you need a technology. There's existing technology. They're in the directory, fashiontechdirectory.com. And then you can white label technology as needed, because like I said, we're in the vibe coding era. Now, without technology, you will not be competitive. But I get it. You hear the word technology and it's like, oh my God, I don't have time for that. We don't know what you're talking about. We don't need Gen AI, or we don't need 3D design. You may not need that, but you might need to replace those spreadsheets with something that makes it easier to recall the things that you're putting up there, to read data to you, and to connect all of your tools. And in that case, it might just be something that vibe coding can solve. Regardless, I'm noticing that brands are just not taking this tech piece seriously. And if you want to stay competitive, if you want to show up in these spaces, you've got to embrace creating ease and lessening friction. Again, one way to do that, I made the fashion technology directory. You can literally search. It's free. It's not a trick. It's not a gimmick. You can use that to search and identify companies that are in the directory that match your pain points. If you need something beyond that, it will allow you to contact me. But you've got to get on top of this tech stuff, because you're not going to win in the era that's coming up unless you are super savvy about your marketing, about your advertisement, about content automation, which can be expensive and timely, about your grading, about pattern making, about automating your pattern making system, about getting your 3D design tools in. All of these things, that is literally what the directory is for. And if you're like, oh, well, who's using the directory? Let me give you a list. LVMH has used it. The Gap has used it. Capri Holdings have used it. Ralph Lauren has used it. Adidas have used it. Bigger companies and people working in these companies are utilizing the directory. Why aren't you? And no, all of our solutions are not enterprise solutions. There are solutions for every size company. And again, if you can't find a solution that makes sense and you really need something, I'm here for you. I am not separated from you because of this digital wall. I'm not AI. This is really me. I'm really here for you. Go check my credentials. I literally have a master's in this. I have written so many articles about this. If you're not sure, read every single article. Take all my articles, put it in your GPT and ask that GPT if I'm really who I say I am. And then when you're done doing that, just use my directory. It's so much easier and it'll save you so much time. In the meantime, I'll keep going to conferences. I'll keep going to trade shows. I'll keep gathering the most pertinent information for you so that you can do more than scroll and just click on stuff. You can actually figure out how to solve your problems. But you need to stay in touch with me in order to do so that we can build this relationship and I can get you what you need. So brands, reach out to me. Tell me what you need. Let me know. I don't even care if it's something like we need a new manufacturer. We have that too. We have access to all things because that is the beauty of technology. It allows you to consolidate. So anyway, my name is Jessica Couch. I'm a fashion and technology expert. I'm also building tools for you. Utilize fashiontechdirectory.com. Let me know what you think. If it's not satisfactory to you, you can actually reach out to me and we'll make it better. I want to see everybody win. I love this industry. I love you. I want to see brands survive this era of confusion and do so in the best way possible. Thanks. All right.